If you own a carpet cleaning business and you're trying to set up Housecall Pro's online booking, I'm going to show you some inspiration today. I've pulled up a couple of different carpet cleaning companies that are all using Housecall Pro's online booking system, and they each have it set up a little bit differently because I know some of you are pricing your services by the square foot, some of you are pricing them by the room or by the area, and others prefer to give an estimate and they'll just let people book online without giving pricing. So I want to walk you through a couple of different scenarios, and hopefully this will inspire you and help you as you're putting together your Housecall Pro online booking page. If you haven't gotten started with Housecall Pro yet, click the link in the description and I've got a discount for you for the first couple of months after you sign up, and that will help you get started with Housecall Pro in your carpet cleaning business. Let's start with Crystal Carpet Cleaning in Bellevue, Washington. I really like their setup. You have to put in a zip code in order to use their online booking system, which is really helpful if you're trying to prevent people from outside your service area from booking an appointment with you. One of the things that I noticed is that they have photos on most of the items inside their online booking portal, which really makes this look a lot more professional. They're missing a photo on the rug cleaning and the tile and grout cleaning categories right here. So if you're watching this Crystal Carpet Cleaning, you could add photos to these and it would really finish this out. But you'll notice that they have carpet separated from upholstery and separated from rug cleaning and separated from tile and grout cleaning. So really clear categories on their online booking system. They also have carpet for a furnished home separated out from carpet for vacant homes. So if they charge separately for move in and move out cleanings, it makes sense for them to try to identify those customers up front. And if you do the same thing in your business, you might want to take a similar approach. Maybe you charge more or less for a furnished home or more or less for a vacant home. And so you want to account for that in your booking, or maybe it's just information that you want to know, is the home vacant or not? So let's take a look at their pricing for furnished homes. Like I said, they have a photo in here, which really makes the online booking portal look a lot better. If you don't have photos, you can use stock photos. So go and purchase a couple stock photos. They're pretty inexpensive, or get Canva, and Canva's pro accounts include stock photography. So you can pull stock photos from there. They also have really easy to read titles and descriptive descriptions, right? Completely filled out descriptions that tell you exactly what you're going to get when you hire them to clean the carpets. They're going to clean the open and traffic areas. They cannot move large furniture items. In furnished homes, pricing is based on carpeted square footage and stairs. We measure only the areas to be cleaned, typically around furniture. They'll confirm the exact cost before starting. So you can put all this information into your descriptions so that people know what to expect when they book. Is everybody going to read this? Maybe not. You might get customers that just come through here and book really fast and don't read all this. But if you have issues, you can always point right back to this and say, it was on our booking page. It was something that you saw and agreed to when you booked with us. They also have on here, you might notice appointment times may be adjusted based on job requirements, travel time, or location. That's really smart to add because sometimes you might get online bookings that you need to carve out a little extra time for. Maybe you'd like to get there early and get started early or something like that. All right, let's move on. They're asking, are you a new or returning client? That's fantastic. That's really good information to have. You absolutely don't have to put that into your online booking portal, but if you want to collect that information, you could certainly do that. Would you like us to provide a rough estimate after you schedule your cleaning appointment? If so, how would you prefer to receive it? Phone, text, or email? This is really creative. See, they're not providing pricing because they price it based on the square footage of the open areas in your home. And so you're noticing the price right here is $0. That might be confusing for customers. And so they know that. And they're telling customers, if you want us to call you, text you, or email you pricing, let us know. Next thing they're asking is, do you have any areas that require pet urine treatment? Yes or no? Highly recommend that you ask that. When I had my own carpet cleaning business, like half of our customers needed pet treatment. So I would go ahead and ask them. Then they have, how many sets of stairs do you have? How many bedrooms, hallways, bonus rooms, offices and dens, living rooms, dining rooms, family rooms, playrooms, rec rooms, or other types of rooms do you have in your home? And so you could add this set of stairs, 2 bedrooms, a hallway. We've got a bonus room and a living room, right? Like you could really fill out your appointment with a bunch of areas of carpet, and then you can add them to your booking. But like I said, it's not going to give you pricing. So Crystal Carpet Cleaning is actually going to reach out to you by phone, text, or email with an estimate if you ask them to. So if that's how you do your pricing, you don't want to include pricing on your online booking, this might be one way that you'd want to set up your online booking system. They've also included a field here for additional details. So if you want to tell them more about the job or upload photos, you could do that. That's really helpful. And if I'm done, I could go ahead and book the service. But let's say I want to add more services. Let's go out and look at their upholstery cleaning. So I want to get my upholstery cleaned, right? Again, title, nicely written description that explains exactly what they do when they come and clean your furniture. Are you a new or returning customer? Do you want to receive an estimate by phone, text, or email? The exact same thing. Are any of your pieces leather? Now, they may or may not offer leather cleaning. We used to offer leather cleaning. So maybe they just want to know, is it leather? So they know that they can send out a technician who's trained on leather, or that they have the leather kit in the van that day, or whatever. But you might want to know that. Do any of these pieces require urine treatment? Again, important information. Then they have sofas, love seats, chases, sectional sofas, oversized sectional sofas. And I like how they've listed out how many seats here, right? A 7-foot sofa or a 5-foot chase. The that's interesting. And then a 5-seater sectional sofa or a 6+ seater sectional sofa. Different ways to describe the furniture that you clean for people. So however you describe the size of the furniture, be really specific here, because a U-shaped sectional is way different than a little L-shaped sectional, right? Or one with a little chase on the end. All right. Upholstery cleaning looks like what I expected. You can add whatever you want here, mattresses, chairs. Let's just go ahead and add something just for the sake of adding it. And then again, you can add additional details. You can upload photos, and you can book the service if you're done. If you want to keep adding more services, let's say we want to get an area rug cleaned. They have in-facility cleaning. They have area rug cleaning in your home. Let's say I want to know about in-facility cleaning. I want to have my rug picked up and brought to their place and cleaned. Well, here's exactly how they do it. I can go ahead and add a couple of rugs to my appointment if I wanted to. And if I'm done now, then we can go ahead and book the service. All right. If you want to see more of this, go check out Crystal Carpet Cleaning's website. They're at crystalcarpetcleaning.com. You will need to have a local zip code in order to get into their online booking system. Please don't book appointments with any of these people, by the way. They don't want to have your fake appointments booked through their systems. If you're a carpet cleaning business owner, please try to be respectful of other cleaning business owners when you're on their websites. Don't fill out their forms. Don't book appointments with them. Don't submit fake information. That's really, really annoying. Hopefully I don't have to say that. Let's move on to another example. This one is Bestway Carpet Cleaning in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And I really like their online booking setup as well. You can go to their website, bestwayteam.com, and then click the online booking button. And again, they have it broken down: carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, area rug cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, and then hardwood and LVP cleaning. Photos with every single service, so you know exactly what you're booking. You don't even really have to read it. You can just look at the picture. Then they also have descriptions here that tell you their rates are priced on the square foot. So they're going to charge you for your carpet cleaning based on the square foot. 44 cents a square foot for empty rooms or traffic lane only cleaning. 54 cents if they have to clean underneath movable furniture, right? So you can put all that stuff in the description here. When you're setting up your Housecall Pro online booking, make sure that you put important information in your description. This is something else I'd highly recommend that you do. If you have a minimum service charge, put that in the description of every single item in your price book. That way, everybody will see that you have a minimum. And if someone tries to book an appointment with you and just adding one room to their appointment, they will understand that you have a minimum charge, and they should not be blindsided by the fact that you have a minimum. Here's a note about what furniture technicians can move and what they can't move. I think that's really smart. Again, if you have any terms or anything that you want customers to know, put that in the description right here. It's a perfect opportunity to do it. All right. Next thing they're going to ask is, do you need deodorizing? Yes, I have deodorizing needs. Do you need pet treatment? Do you need fabric protector? Those are great things to ask. And then it's a breakdown of how many rooms you need done and which rooms are they. So this looks a lot like the last one. All right, let's go ahead and add something to the booking just so that we can see what else is collected here. So again, additional details. You can add extra info or upload photos, and then you could keep going and adding more services. Let's look at upholstery cleaning. Photo, title, detailed description. Says on here, if you'd like us to email you pricing for any specific piece, attach photos after you click the add to booking button below. So now I know if I want to attach photos to this, I can get a price back from this company, right? From Bestway. So you can also add fabric protector. You can pick out which pieces of furniture you have that you need clean. You can add it to your booking. And then here's where you would attach photos. Here's where your customers can attach photos, right? Let's look at one more. Let's look at their tile and grout cleaning. So tile and grout cleaning typically is done by the square foot. That's how most people are going to price it. You can put that information in your description here. You can describe how you do the tile and grout cleaning. And then it says our rates are $1.50 per square foot when cleaning under 500 square feet, or $1.25 for jobs over 500 square feet. You can add grout sealer. Sealer is 60 cents or 50 cents if it's over 500 square feet. And there's a note about shower tile here. So there's a little option to add grout sealing. You can either add it or you don't want to add it. And then you can let Bestway know which rooms in your house are tile floors and which rooms you need cleaned. And then once you select a couple of things, you can add them to your booking. You could add additional details and upload photos, which would probably be really helpful. Hopefully a lot of your customers will do that. If they don't, then you might want to prompt them to add photos, right? In that description a second ago, it said, if you want us to send you pricing for your furniture, add a photo. Maybe you put something like that in your descriptions and encourage people to add photos. All right. Now, if I wanted to book the service, we didn't do this on the last one, but let's just go ahead and do it here. All you're going to need to enter in, or all your customers will need to enter in, is their contact information, right? First name, last name, phone number, email address, where they live, so you actually know where to actually go service them. They can check a box to agree to receive promotional messages or SMS messages. And that's a really good thing to do, because a lot of people are doing SMS marketing these days. And if you want to be able to text message your customers, even just to let them know that you're coming for the appointment or to ask them for a review, you're going to want to have them check this box and agree to receive it. I'm not going to fill out this entire form because I don't want to bother the Bestway team. They're awesome people by filling this out and sending them fake information. After this, it's basically just going to be the basic Housecall Pro booking process. Housecall Pro will collect the information, provide appointment slots, and then I could pick one of those appointment slots and book that time. I'm not going to show you the appointment slots for these companies because I don't want to enter fake information in here. A note on appointment slots though, what I did is I created 3 or 4 slots per day, and those slots would be at set times, 9 a.m., 11, 1, and 3 p.m. And then my crew would typically show up on time. We would do 4 appointments and they would be pretty much on schedule every day. But you could set window or something like that and let customers know that you'll be there with a certain window of their appointment time. So you have some flexibility there. Today, we're going to focus just on how to set up the pricing side of online booking. We're not going to focus on how to set up time windows, appointment slots. I do think there's another video on my channel about that. So go and look for that if you're interested in knowing how to set up appointment slots. All right, let's take another look at another Housecall Pro online booking setup. This one is going to be MSS Cleaning in Denver, Colorado. They actually have their Housecall Pro online booking hooked directly up to their Google business profile. So I can find them in the map section right here and just click directly into their Housecall Pro online booking. All right, again, they have everything broken down into categories. So upholstery cleaning, commercial. I think it's the first time we've seen commercial on here. Tile cleaning, synthetic or basic wool rug cleaning, carpet cleaning, oriental and fine rug cleaning, carpet stretching or repair, and then there's a minimum service charge. This is something I've seen a lot of people do. They'll set up just a separate item that is a minimum service charge, and you can just have that item on here for people to select so that everybody knows and sees that your minimum service charge is $174, for instance. Or that if you're in an apartment or condo, the minimum service charge is actually $274. It's more, right? So that's something you can do. One bit of feedback for MSS Cleaning, if they happen to watch this video, is I would actually arrange these items right here a little bit easier for your customers to use. So if carpet cleaning is your most common service, I would move that to the top. Then I might have upholstery cleaning underneath that. Then I might have oriental rug cleaning and synthetic rug cleaning, right? I would group those together. Then I might add tile and grout cleaning, and then commercial, and then carpet stretching, right? I might organize these by popularity. That's what I might do. It just might make it easier for your customers. All right, let's take a look at upholstery cleaning. You can see we have images on most of these items here. There's clear pricing. This one has clear prices on every single item. So I know that if I book an L-shaped sectional, a 5-seater sectional, it's going to cost me $310, and that this is good for a U or L shape or other large 5-seat sectional. They put that in the description here. So I could add that to my booking if I want to. Let's scroll down and look and see what else they got. Sofa, a standard 6 to 8 foot sofa. It's got a picture, an item name, a short description telling you that this is for standard 6 to 8 foot sofas. You could add more to the description, and I'd probably recommend that you do, because you might want to tell customers more about how you do the cleaning, or what types of fabrics you handle, or what types of upsells you have available, or something like that, or what types of policies you have in place about cleaning furniture and that type of thing. All right, let's go ahead and add this to the booking and see what we get here. Again, looks just like the other Housecall Pro online booking setups. You could add additional details. You could upload a photo, and if I'm ready to book the service, it's going to collect my contact information, including my address, and then I'll agree to receive marketing messages. And the next step after this would be selecting day and time. So we'll go back and let's see what else they have on the MSS Cleaning online booking page here. Let's look at commercial, since we didn't see this in other setups here. Inside of commercial, they have commercial tile cleaning, $1 a square foot, up to 500 square feet. Call us to discuss potential discounts or on-site bidding for larger jobs, and a $200 service minimum applies. All right, that's all in the description right there. So if I was a commercial client looking for a carpet cleaner, this might be really helpful. Hey, I've got tile in my convenience store and I want to know how much it's going to cost to get it cleaned. Well, maybe I could just come here and book an appointment with you. You can't really add multiple tile cleanings. Like, the quantity here doesn't make a lot of sense, right? But I could at least indicate that I'm interested in tile cleaning by adding this to my booking, or indicate that I'm interested in commercial tile cleaning. And then this company could reach out to me for an estimate. Or maybe I'm looking at this and I go, yeah, I need commercial tile cleaning. You know what? I'm just going to call these guys. So it's smart of them to put the phone number in here too. All right, let's see what else they got. Commercial upholstery cleaning. This is to get an estimate again. And again, it says must meet or exceed $200 service minimum across all services. You definitely want to put that kind of stuff in your description. I like the photo here. It looks like a real photo of people at the company, and I like that. It's better than stock photos. All right, let's go back and see what else we've got. Let's look at one of the rug cleaning setups here. Okay, I like this. Really straightforward. They're charging $6. It's priced per square foot to clean Oriental, Persian, and most other fine rug types. If you have silk rugs, it's apparently $6.50. And they go ahead and tell you, if you have an 8x10 rug, that should be a quantity of 80. And when you put in a quantity of 80, right, it will tell you that that rug's going to cost $520. They're going to tell you that you have a $200 service minimum, that there's wait times to get these rugs back, maybe up to a month, that they do a full plant cleaning. That includes all of this stuff right here. So if I'm comfortable with all that and I want to go ahead and add it to my booking, I just click this button and then I could upload details and photos if I wanted to. Let's look at the minimum service charge. Because we already looked at this earlier, we know that there's a $175 minimum service charge or $274 if you're in an apartment or condo. I'm guessing that's because, they need to cover parking and the use of portable equipment or truck mounted equipment cannot access the unit. That's actually really smart. When I used to clean carpets in Milwaukee, if we were downtown, sometimes we'd end up paying for parking outside of some client's building and we'd have to get upstairs and it was a pain to drag all of our equipment back and forth. And it was just like added a lot of time to the job. So they have a higher minimum for these apartment and condo jobs. You might do the same thing in your business. Anyways, this just describes what you get for the $275 minimum service charges in place. It's really just to let customers know. You might get people who just booked this and then you're going to have to call them and say, hey, I saw you booked an appointment with me for a minimum job. Just wanted to get an idea of what exactly you need cleaned. And you could firm up the details on the phone and maybe give them a more firm price if it's not going to be the minimum, if it's going to cost more than that. All right, let's take a look at one last online booking setup and then we will wrap this up. This one is for 3D carpet cleaning and restoration in Tampa, Florida. Exact same setup. They have Housecall Pro online booking hooked up to their Google business profile so you can click straight through to schedule. And this one is set up to give everybody a free estimate, but not to provide pricing. So you'll notice every single item on here, air duct cleaning, rug cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, they all say free estimate, free estimate, free estimate. I really like that. Again, I might arrange these services in order of popularity. So if carpet is your most popular service, I might move that to the top, but maybe air duct cleaning is their most popular service. Maybe there's a reason for this. So if I click on air duct cleaning, let's see what we get. There's one item for air duct cleaning. If I click on it, it does not have a photo. A photo would be helpful. It would definitely punch this up a little bit, but it says here, our air duct cleaning process involves the removal of dust, dirt, debris, and animal dander from your ductwork. Combined with sanitizing, this will significantly reduce harmful allergens along with mold and mildew. You can't get pricing, but you can add it to your booking. Same thing with each of these items. So here's what they do for rug cleaning. It does not provide pricing. It doesn't even really indicate a minimum. That might be information that I would add to this if I were working at 3D, is I might add into the description here, our upholstery cleaning minimum is $225 or whatever the minimum is. I might put that into the description just so that people know. And then when people are booking with me and requesting a free estimate, if my minimum is too high for them and they don't want to spend $225 for the appointment, they probably won't book an appointment and block up my calendar and make it so that another customer who needs a $500 job couldn't book that slot. I would go ahead and put the minimum on here. Let's take a look at natural stone and see what we have in here. A lot of people are doing natural stone these days. So let's say I wanted to get some marble polishing done. This tells me what's involved with the marble polishing, but again, it does not provide pricing. It doesn't give me any kind of a minimum or anything like that. If I added it to my booking, I could provide additional details, upload photos, but the next thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and book my service. So this is important. I want you to know this. You don't have to put pricing into your Housecall Pro online booking page. Customers will book without pricing. Actually, when I was running my carpet cleaning business, I don't think we had pricing in our online booking for Housecall Pro. We had all of our items in there so that people could tell me how many rooms, how many hallways, how many stairs, what upholstery items they needed cleaned, all that stuff, but it didn't actually price any of it. So they could tell me what they needed cleaned. They could give me all their information, tell me where they lived, and then agree to receive text messages. And then they could book a time on my schedule. But I would actually reach back out once I saw the appointment show up. I would go, hey, I saw you booked an appointment with me. Here's what the price is going to be. If that sounds good, reply back and confirm your appointment. If I don't hear back from you, then I'm going to cancel your appointment and give the slot to somebody else. And I actually ended up having to cancel appointments on a number of people that didn't reply back for one reason or another. Sometimes they would call me back the day of the cleaning that they wanted and they'd say, hey, I had an appointment with you. Why didn't you show up? And I'd say, well, I'm really sorry. I didn't hear back from you. So don't just email people with the price and expect that they're going to respond. Email, call, follow up a couple times, make sure that they really don't want the appointment. Try to get them to say, no, I don't, it's too much. I don't really want to book with you. And then maybe you can sell them further or downsell them or cross sell them something else or whatever, right? But try to confirm with people. So I always used Housecall Pro's online booking to get people on my calendar, but then I would confirm with them via email, text, or phone pricing and just run over basic information about what to do before we got there, before I confirm their appointment. So don't think that just because you're letting people book online that that's the final said and done. You can actually reconfirm with people and then kick people off your calendar if they say, you know what, that price doesn't work for me. Okay, no problem. I'm going to go ahead and cancel your appointment. And if you decide to book with us again, feel free to come back to our website. Simple as that. So anyways, there's a couple of different ways to set up your Housecall Pro online booking. There's obviously more ways than that you could do it. If you have questions questions, leave them in the comments. If you think you have an awesome online booking setup and you want me to see it or you want other people to see it, leave a link in the comments. I'd love to see your online booking setup. If you have a particularly good Housecall Pro online booking setup, show it off, right? Post a link in the comments. We'll check it out. Maybe I'll include it in a future video, right? If this video was helpful, hit like. If you want to grow your cleaning business, hit subscribe. We post a lot of videos like this, not just about Housecall Pro, but also about other tools that you might use in your cleaning business and how to get customers and that kind of stuff. And if you need help directly, go to BookCleaningJobs.com, request time to speak with me. I'm Ruben. I'll talk to you later.